and the law of diminishing utility. Okay. Let's say I make $15,000 a year, okay? And I put myself through school, and I get a better job as a result, and I start making $35,000 a year. I have more money in my pocket, right? Am I going to demand different restaurant food? Logan says yes. Why? I can afford it. Now instead of going to Taco Tico for birthdays with the kids, I can take them to Applebee's, okay? It's not like we're dining at a 5-star restaurant in Minneapolis, but you get the idea. That's the income effect. The more money you make, it changes what you demand, okay? So if I get a raise of $20,000, what will happen to my demand for Kool-Aid? I'm making $20,000 more a year. Where is Kool-Aid in the price point for drinks? Is it expensive?
No.
Kool-Aid is not expensive. So if I make more money, what happens? Because remember, the law of demand is opposite. I'm making more money. What happens to my demand for Kool-Aid?
Goes down.
It goes down. What am I going to buy instead for it?
Wine.
Purple.
Grape Crush or something?
Purple grape juice.
Or Fiji water, or something more expensive. Okay? Now, the substitution effect. Tylenol is a medicine, correct? Can you buy generic Tylenol? Well, it's called acetaminophen. You can go to Hy-Vee and get Hy-Vee brand acetaminophen. Okay. Now, I make $20,000 more a year. Am I going to buy Tylenol when I know that I can get Hy-Vee acetaminophen and it's the same thing? Does anybody see my medicine bottle? I mean, it's not like we're talking about jeans or shoes here. It's the same darn thing for cheaper. Am I going to buy the brand name? No. That's the substitution effect. Okay? That's the substitution effect. The law of diminishing utility. Let's pretend you haven't eaten for a day and a half. Jacob was like, huh? That would never happen. I wouldn't make it. Isn't it wonderful? We live in a country where very few of us have never experienced that. All right. That is self-inflicted anorexia. Telling you. It's a choice. You make a choice. You do a cost-benefit analysis and you make a choice. If you wanted to, you could have a meal anytime you wanted to. My point was, we live in a country where very few people don't have the choice. Does that make sense? Okay. More than should, but still. All right, you haven't eaten for a day and a half. I give you $25. Okay? Now I open a hamburger stand right there. What will you give me for a hamburger? Can I charge you $7 for the first hamburger? Yeah, you haven't eaten for a day and a half. You're going to be out. I'm hungry. Okay? I'll be like, $7 for the first first hamburger, everybody buys one hamburger, okay? $7 for the second hamburger, you're still probably pretty hungry. You probably give me $7 for the second hamburger. But now you're getting, I mean, I'm not making these teeny weeny little, I'm making a hamburger, okay? You're on your second one. The third one. Gonna give me $7? Probably not, you're starting to get full. But I could bet I could get 5. Right? Plus they still smell good and you haven't eaten for a day and a half. So that's the fourth one. I could not eat 4 hamburgers. I don't recall a time in my life when I could eat 4 hamburgers. But I bet some of you gentlemen could. Okay, it's the fourth hamburger. Are you going to give me $5 for that hamburger? No. That's true. 7 and 7 and 5 is 22. No, it's 19. You have $3 to give me a hamburger. Well, you haven't eaten for a day and a half. Are you going to give me $3 for the fourth hamburger? You don't know when you'll get to eat again. That's the law of diminishing utility. It becomes less useful to you as your desires or your demands are fulfilled. Does that make sense? Those 3 things affect demand. Now, I want you to look them up in your book and read about them. Those 3 things. And we will pick up here tomorrow.